What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're going to be covering Captain Marvel issue number 40 as we continue on with the trial of Carol Danvers, with the magical tribunal getting together and really needing to do something about Captain Marvel. Her answer has always been to hit something as hard as she can, and they fear that maybe one day she could be the greatest threat to the entirety of the universe. And so now they test her to see if she is worthy of carrying the mantle of Captain Marvel. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, you have liked this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we jump into issue number 40, we are picking up in this magical realm that Captain Marvel has found herself in, just recently slaying the giant dragon. When she did so, she learned that there was a baby dragon, unwilling to do it any harm. We see her bring it back to the town. At first, everybody cheers. The Dragon Slayer has returned. Another dragon down, another conquest complete. Going to her friend Ravka. This is when Ravka sees the dragon. Obviously, these people are terrified of dragons, even one as small as this. But Captain Marvel has brought this baby dragon here for them to raise. That maybe if they raise it with love and compassion, just maybe, they'll be able to break the cycle of violence. Obviously, very opposed to this idea, thinking this thing is nothing more than a monster. Captain Marvel lets it be known that she has done her part. She killed the big bad dragon that was laying waste to everything. And as an added bonus, she has brought to them the future, a way that they can change it in ways that they never thought possible. With Ravka coming to terms with this situation, we pick back up with the magical tribunal, and we have the Scarlet Witch, who is really saying, look, Captain Marvel did it. She has changed, and we can let her go. Of course, Enchantress, she very much disagrees with this, because at the end of the day, she still killed the dragon, even if she saved the baby one. This is no sign of her not being a hammer. But the whole point of this little experiment was to see if she can change, if she can break the cycle. And by all accounts, that is exactly what she did by taking the baby and bringing it to the local people in the town. Well, the rule had stipulated she's not supposed to kill the dragon, that she is supposed to find some other way. They cannot deny that she did change. And while everybody throws in their 2 cents, from Dr. Voodoo to Magic believing that they should probably let her go, because if she does escape, she might very well be coming for each and every one of us. And at the end of the day, none of them are truly perfect. But Captain Marvel, she chooses good almost every single time. This is where a pact is struck. Both the Scarlet Witch and Enchantress, they are going to put their finger on the scale. They are going to change up the world that she is currently living in. And so with Agatha agreeing to these terms, we pick back up with Captain Marvel, believing that the task at hand has been completed. She grabs her gear and she goes to head out of town. This is when she hears all of the screaming. This is when she sees the smoke and the flames. Returning back into the town, we see that the dragon has become full grown. More than likely, this is the work of the Enchantress. The dragon hurling a blast of fire at Captain Marvel. We see her clothes burn off and her original costume she is wearing. As this dragon begins to get even more violent, she pulls out the sword and she starts doing some damage. But what she is doing is not trying to kill it. She is simply trying to get this thing to go away, even going as far as trying to wrap it in chains. As she grabs some civilians and gets them out of the way, gets them into cover, she tries to figure out what she can do, because she doesn't want to kill this dragon, but she can't see any other way. This is when Wanda taps in, and we pick up years ago with a conversation between Wanda and Carol. Carol is really trying to get an explanation on what magic is, on how these powers and ability work, really letting her know that magic, it comes down to will. While magic comes in millions of variations and complexities, At the end of the day, it all comes down to will. Your will is what commands it. Wanda letting her know, reminding her who she is. She is Carol Danvers. She is Captain Marvel. This is when she remembers. This is when she understands. Heading out yet again to face this dragon. She throws down her sword. She charges up every bit of energy inside of her body, and she blasts her own hands. She has figured out that these gauntlets around her arms, these are what have imprisoned her in this magical realm, as this literally melts the flesh off of her bones. She is just getting started, as she stands there with nothing more than stumps for arms. Of course, the Enchantress believes that she went too far. The only thing Wanda did was remind Carol exactly who she was, as the Enchantress disappears and lets it be known that she will have vengeance for her son that has yet to be born. Captain Marvel's arms are quickly growing back. This is almost Wolverine level regeneration. Not really sure how this is possible. Everything disappears. Nothing more than a white background. She finds herself in the bar with no doors. Not really sure how she got here. Not really sure who is responsible for doing this to her. She is gonna go find out by kicking down some doors. Moments ago in New York City, we have the young girl named Kit, a big fan of Captain Marvel. Enchantress has come to her, letting her know that she needs her help in saving Captain Marvel. The girl, being naive, not knowing any better, she goes with the Enchantress. And as Captain Marvel makes her way onto New York City streets, this is where she sees the giant dragon that we can only assume Kit has been turned into. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I enjoyed this one much better than the last couple of issues. This one almost fully focusing on the magical tribunal and this somewhere else world that Carol Danvers has found herself in. More than likely all a magical construct. And if there was any doubt about that, with everything going white, her recognizing that she has been in New York City this entire time. More or less, this magical tribunal has come to an end. The Enchantress not getting the revenge, the vengeance that she is so actively seeking. She has taken it a step too far, turning a little girl into a freaking dragon and letting it loose on the city. Undoubtedly going directly after Captain Marvel. Unfortunately for this dragon, New York City is filled with heroes. One specifically is Binary. I will go on and mention how there is always a freaking kaiju. It seems to be so actively popular right now in pop culture. Not so much in America, but overseas. Kaijus, monsters, giant beings like Godzilla, they seem to be making the round again and being all the rage. The X-Men definitely getting the blunt of the kaiju attacks, if you will. But New York City is not spared either. Definitely not my favorite Captain Marvel line, but it is absolutely a ton of fun. Any book where Captain Marvel is some type of dragon slayer, some kind of medieval times, anything of that nature, I am on board for. But this story arc is going to be coming to an end relatively soon, so it's going to be very interesting what we go into next. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with Captain Marvel, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.